A Norman Amber Alert comes to a devastating end. More details about a possible teacher strike emerge, and the Lindsay Street saga is over for now. This is OU Nightly. Welcome to OU Nightly. We begin with breaking news. The baby at the center of yesterday's Amber Alert is dead more than 2 weeks after he was taken from his mother.
Nightly's Abby Green is here with details. Abby, where exactly was the child's body found?
Sammy, the body of 7-month-old Jody Minjarez was found in a trash can early today at a home in Oklahoma City. It began with an Amber Alert issued yesterday by Norman police. But it really started when 31-year-old Victor Minjarez was accused of domestic assault on February 19th. That's when the child's mother filed a victim protective order, which demanded the return of her son. Minjarez had fled with his son in a U-Haul pickup truck. Minjarez was found yesterday at a home in Oklahoma City and taken into custody.
Mr. Minjarez was taken to the homicide unit of the Oklahoma City Police Department, where he was interviewed by detectives and subsequently booked into the Oklahoma County Jail on complaints of murder in the first degree and illegally disposing of human remains.
The cause of death is still under investigation. Colin?
Thank you, Abby. The largest teachers union in Oklahoma announced its plans for school closures statewide as its members demand pay raises and additional state funding. Kenneth Adair has more.
Held a press conference today where teachers and administrators across the state of Oklahoma came to present their issues and problems with the legislature. Also, they came to provide a plan for what they see in the near future, which might include a statewide walkout.
After watching our students suffer and our legislature fail time and time again to do something about it, Oklahoma educators have reached a breaking point.
I live to get up and go to school for their hugs and their smiles and their aha moments. But I can't do this anymore. My family has financially suffered.
This is about kids. This is about economic development in Oklahoma. When we invest in public education, we invest in the future of our state.
The OEA presented their proposal and the details of it, which included a $10,000 teacher pay increase, including a $6,000 raise for the fiscal year 2019 budget, a $200 million restoration to public school fundings, and a almost $256 million funding to health care by the fiscal year 2020. And if this does not happen by April 1st, you can expect teachers all across the state of Oklahoma to walk out on April 2nd. Kenneth Adair, OU Nightly.
The proposal's package totals out to $812 million for the fiscal year of 2019.
Earlier today, it went from lockdown to lockout at U.S. Grant High School, but the suspect is now in custody, according to OKC Public Schools. This morning, a police officer at the school stopped a former student in the hallway. When asked to stop, this former student dropped his backpack and fled. When the officer inspected the bag, he found a firearm inside. School officials say no one is hurt and all students are safe, but even so, all after-school activities have been canceled and officials are continuing to investigate the incident.
We have some breaking weather news as well as a grass fire is spreading through Chickasha. Jordan Overton joins us with more. Jordan, what's the latest? I've heard it's been put out.
Yeah, that's right. We can see our radar right now. In Norman, things are clear, but off to our southwest, there's that fire we were just talking about. You can see it down there in Chickasha. That's a smoke plume. The radar is touching the smoke. And so you can see the smoke plume going from there. So again, it's been another warm day outside. In fact, temperatures right now are in the upper 60s with a few 70s, all the way at 69 degrees in Woodward with 71 degrees in the Panhandle. Cooler to our northeast due to some clouds and also not warming up as much. The winds aren't as strong, therefore it can't warm up near as much. So that's what we got across state today. But coming up, we're talking about a fantastic Friday ahead. But then we have some weekend storms and cooler air will be returning. I wish you all the details coming up, but for now, back to you guys.
Thanks, Jordan. Despite bipartisan criticism, President Donald Trump made a major trade announcement this afternoon. OU Nightly Storm Jones has more on the changes. Storm.
All right, thank you, Colin. President Trump has set in motion tariffs against the import of steel and aluminum despite fears of sparking a trade war. Trump solidified the plan at a White House announcement this afternoon. Effective March 23rd, a 25% tariff will be placed on imported steel and a 10% tariff on incoming aluminum.
The workers who poured their souls into building this great nation were betrayed. But that...
And 4 Oklahoma congressmen have voiced opposition to this plan. Senator James Lankford joined Representatives Tom Cole, Steve Russell, and Frank Lucas against the plan. And White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders breathes new life into the feud between President Donald Trump and adult film star Stormy Daniels. At a White House briefing, Sanders said Trump won an arbitration dispute with Daniels. Her lawyer says she should be able to tell her story.
She agreed to arbitration, but that agreement fell by the wayside when a party to that agreement, namely Mr. Trump at the time, did not sign it.
And Daniels claims she was paid $130,000 to keep an alleged affair with the president secret. And 3 weeks after the Parkland High School shooting, a gun control measure has made it to Florida Governor Rick Scott's desk. The bill would raise the minimum age to buy rifles to 21 and extend a 3-day waiting period to purchase handguns, 2 items the National Rifle Association has opposed. However, the bill also enables trained school employees and many teachers to carry handguns. The governor has indicated he is going to think about the bill before deciding on it. And guys, a federal judge is recommending President Trump mute rather than block followers on Twitter. A group suing the president claims blocking followers is a violation of the First Amendment.
That's an interesting theory. Thank you, Storm.
Absolutely.
Still ahead on OU Nightly, was the wait worth it for Lindsay Street's new look?
Plus, Samsung is coming out with a new TV that you might not even know is there. Stay with us. Welcome back to OU Nightly. The Lindsay Bridge opened in August, and anticipation for the rest of Lindsay to reach that point was building. Now that day has finally arrived. OU Nightly's Josh Calloway took a trip down to Lindsay to see what the business owners on the street think of the finished project.
Every single day traffic is backed up whenever OU comes into town, so we're so excited to have 4 lanes and a middle turn lane going down Lindsay Street and have more turn lanes coming off the interstate. It's going to be wonderful.
That was Eskimo Snow co-owner Jenny Buendia back in August. Fast forward 6 months and she has been given her wish. The Lindsay Street project is finally a wrap, and one of the most used streets in Norman is once again open for business.
It was getting worse, just the amount of traffic and just how jammed up it always was, that now just not being congested has to hopefully make it better. We're optimistic that our business will pick back up and everybody else's businesses will pick back up.
For essentially 2 years, Lindsay Street was a construction-filled nightmare that nobody wanted to travel on at all. But now with it all being done, it seems to have given the street some new life. The only question now was the end result worth all the headache?
I really don't. I mean, it was very difficult on everybody, and we're still paying for it. So maybe over time that mindset will change, and then it will be worth it. But since we haven't seen an increase in traffic at this point, I'm going to say no, it wasn't worth it.
Every single day I would hear a crash at some point during each shift. It was just inevitable, and it was generally right behind our business. We would just hear somebody rear-ending somebody else. So just from that perspective, just safety, I would say yes, it's worth it.
It has definitely been a rough couple of years for the businesses on Lindsay, and time will tell if the street can get back to the status it once had. But one thing it is certainly safe to say is that the citizens of Norman are just glad the Lindsay Street saga is finally over. For now. Josh Calloway, OU Nightly.
The new features of Lindsay include more lanes, center medians, and a bright green bike lane.
Cindy Forsey joins us in science and technology with more on how Samsung is making your television disappear. Cindy, what do you have for us?
Yes, you guys, have you ever felt like your TV was an eyesore on your wall? Well, Samsung's new TV might just be the solution for you. The new line of QLED TVs blends into its surrounding wall in connection with the SmartThings app. When the user is not watching TV or a show or movie, the TV displays photos, time, news headlines, weather, or can even play your favorite music. While pricing has not yet been announced, the TVs will go on sale this next month. And Amazon's Alexa voice assistant must know something very funny because she can't seem to stop laughing. Owners have gotten quite the scare the past day, as the device seems to be laughing without being prompted or in response to users' request to turn lights on and off. Others have claimed their Amazon Echo has stopped working completely. While it's unclear how widespread the issue is, Amazon says they are aware of the problem and are working on a fix. And NASA is offering the public a chance to travel to the sun. Now until April 27th, NASA is accepting online name submissions to be downloaded and sent on a memory card aboard the Parker Solar Probe.
Want to join NASA on a historic mission of discovery? The first ever spacecraft to the sun will also carry my name to the sun and your name.
You can now submit your name free of charge on NASA's website. The Parker Solar Probe will be launched from the Kennedy Space Center this summer on July 31st.
I think that's pretty cool.
Interesting.
I bet, Colin, I bet you'll apply, right?
You want me to go to the sun? It sounds like you're getting rid of me for some reason. So if you have something to say to me, you should probably do it now.
It'd be life-changing, right?
I mean, to say like a part of you has been, out of space towards the sun is great. So
Yes.
I know I'm going to go online, especially since it's free.
Yeah, it's open to everyone. That's great.
It makes everyone involved. So
absolutely.
Hey, thank you,
guys.
Sydney. Spring break is approaching quickly, and students at OU have access to a money-saving service. The Student Government Association's Safe Ride program is offering free rides to and from Will Rogers World Airport. Rides will be given on the campus CART shuttle buses, and no special voucher is required to ride. The service will take students to the airport on Saturday and Sunday, March 17th and 18th, and pick them up from the airport on March 24th and 25th. Students must register for the free ride by midnight on Monday, March 12th, to take advantage of this program.
I think that students at OU should have the right to free transportation from OU with the amount of money that they pay to go here.
You can register by searching Safe Ride on orgsync.com or the OrgSync app. Jordan, I've heard about some chances for storms this weekend, so say it ain't so, buddy. Tell me it's not going to happen.
That's right. Well, unfortunately, Colin, there is going to be some chances for storms, and I'm going to let you know when they will occur coming up after the break. Look at your weather. So here we go. Outside in the Sooner Sky Cam Network, conditions are fantastic. Just a few clouds in the sky. You can see some of the smoke and haze. That's due to some of the wildfires that we've seen across the area today. Some of those have been controlled burns, others out of control. But so far, nothing major than the fire that we saw in Chickasha earlier today. But that is now out, and there's no concerns there. But right now, there's 67 degrees in Norman with sunny skies, south-southeast around 16 miles an hour. It's windy out there, but not as windy as it has been the past few days. So our next system that we're watching, way out here in the Pacific Ocean. Here it is. This system's coming in our direction as we head towards this weekend. It's going to start to impact us for Friday night, but really Saturday is when it's going to get here. So here we go. Friday night, it starts to get here. Not too much going on. A chance for a few showers late Friday night. Here's the main part of the system on Saturday. Here we go. Here comes the system moving off to our southeast. You can see a few storms along it. Now, if this system moves to the south or the north, that also shifts this rain band. So this rain band could shift to the south or to the north. But right now, I've got a 20% chance for rain on Saturday, but notice the strong north winds behind it. This is on Sunday. Strong north winds behind it. We're going to be cooling back down to the 50s for highs once we get to Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. So Saturday, there is a chance we could see a few severe storms as mainly in far southeastern Oklahoma. It's a very low chance, but it's non-zero. All right, so here we go. Here's the lows for tonight, sitting inside the 40s across most of the area. And as we look to the extended forecast, here we go, warm and windy with more clouds. There's that chance for rain on Saturday, then we extend the forecast out. Remember on Sunday we spring forward, so you need to move your clocks up a little bit. And then like I said, we get 50s for early next week.
Interesting outlook on weather there.
I'm looking forward to spring forward. Looking forward to
Spring
it.
forward.
Hey, thanks, Jordan. Cal, the Sooners are sweating as Selection Sunday approaches, aren't they?
That's right, Colin. After last night's loss, the Sooners are holding on to a tournament bid for dear life. Stick around. Sports is on the other side. It was over sooner rather than later for Oklahoma men's basketball in the Big 12 tournament. The Sooners fell to the Oklahoma State Cowboys for the second time in a row, this time in Kansas City. Trae Young led the team with 22 points on 7 for 21 shooting. The previous number 4 team in the country could now be fighting to snatch one of the last 4 spots in the NCAA tournament. ESPN bracketologist Joe Lunardi still thinks the Sooners will get in this Sunday, but it's no longer a sure thing. And while basketball was in turmoil last night, OU softball picked up another win, but it was a special one for senior Paige Parker. Tori Johnson joins us with more.
That's right, Cal. The Sooners snagged the win early, ruling St. Francis 8-0 in 5 innings. But 5 innings was all superstar senior Paige Parker needed to throw a season high of 12 strikeouts while shutting out the Red Flash. To top off Parker's incredible performance, it was her 100th career win.
You know, it's pretty special to get to share this with my teammates because without them, there'd be no wins. So it's a pretty special night for me.
Cal, Paige didn't even know she was coming up on 100 wins last night, and her parents came all the way from Missouri to surprise her and celebrate with her.
That's awesome, Tori. Thank you so much. Paige and the Sooners will be back in action at home tomorrow for a 2:30 meeting with Illinois State. Men's gymnastics co-captain Hunter Justice has been named a finalist for the 2018 Nishan Emery Award. The award is given annually to the top senior gymnast in the country. In his time at OU, Justice has been a part of 3 national title teams, and the Sooners have not lost with him in the lineup. And 13 teams have already punched their ticket to the March Madness. Sammy and Colin, are you ready for a round of mascot madness?
I believe I am.
Whether
There's
or
a lot
not.
riding on my reputation right now.
How this is going to work is I'm going to give you a team, and you're going to try to guess the mascot
Okay.
that goes along with the team. So
All right.
let's
I'm
get
nervous.
started.
I'm nervous here.
So our first team is Loyola Chicago, the winners of the Missouri Valley Conference. Now,
All
what's your
right.
guess? Is it the Pioneers, the Wolves, or the Ramblers?
Sammy.
I'm going to go with a really basic answer here. Let's go with B, Wolves.
I know this one because they played the Florida Gators early on, and this is Barry Orr's sleeper team, one of our executive producers. C, Ramblers, final answer.
It is the Ramblers, and they actually beat Florida in Gainesville.
Yep.
Okay,
It was
okay.
a tough loss for my Gators.
It
but-
was. Florida was number 5
You know,
at
I'm
the
going
time.
against the pro here, Colin.
All right, so up next, UNC Greensboro out of the Southern Conference. Now they're making the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2001. Is it A, the Bulldogs, B, the Spartans, or C, the Tar Heels?
UNC Wilmington is the Seahawks. UNC Greensboro is the Spartans. B.
I was going to say B2, but I'll just switch it up. The Tar Heels, because, you know, that's fun.
It is the Spartans.
Okay,
And
Colin,
next,
2 for 2.
next we have South Dakota State.
Oh, I know this one.
They won the Summit
all
League
right.
title over rival South Dakota. Colin and Sammy, is it the Jackrabbits, the Grizzlies, or the Coyotes?
A, Jackrabbits.
Yep, I'm going with Jackrabbits, too.
That's right. And for all the marbles, Radford, they live just off of I-81 in Virginia. Are they the Pirates, the Blue Hose, or the Highlanders?
C, Highlanders.
I'll go with C as well.
That's it.
Boom! Let's go.
Thank you, Cal. That was
Nailed
pretty
it.
fun. Well, still ahead on OU Nightly, who run the world? Girls. And we'll have more on the events going on today for International Women's Day next. Stay tuned.
On Amelia Earhart. Bones found in 1940 on a western Pacific Ocean island are likely to be remains from the famed aviator. According to the University of Tennessee anthropologist Richard Jans, the bones are pointing towards her rather strongly. Earhart disappeared in 1937 while attempting to fly around the world. Now back to you all in the studio.
Thank you, Tevis. Well, this week on campus, the Fred Jones Jr. Museum of Art is celebrating female artists for International Women's Day. But OU isn't the only place showing its support. In fact, women around the world are participating in the holiday. Women in Turkey are speaking out about women fighting for their rights every day. In Spain, protests started at midnight and will last 24 hours to protest issues like unfair wages and domestic violence. And in Los Angeles, California, McDonald's turned its famous arches upside down to show their support for women. The Week of Women Art Display will be open here on campus until March 11th at the Hobson Family Gallery. I think that's pretty cool that McDonald's turned their arches.
Really
into a
cool
W.
stuff. I want to celebrate International Women's Day by shouting out my mom. Thanks, Mom, for
Aw,
everything
what
that
a
you do.
sweet son.
But I hear
Sweet
that weather
son.
people are celebrating something this weekend as well. Jordan, what do you got?
What is it?
Yes, we have a cool event coming up on Saturday in Oklahoma City. It's going to be at the Penn Square Mall.
I'm excited about
and it's
this.
the Severe Weather Awareness Expo. And so we're going to have local TV stations going to be out there, the Weather Friends, so some of the OU students dress up as a superhero
Very
of different
cool.
weather disasters, talk about weather safety. That'll all be going on, plus helicopters, first response vehicles. It'll be a lot of
that'll
fun.
be awesome.
12 to 4 this Saturday at the Penn Square Mall in OKC.
I know we could all use some help trying to figure out Oklahoma weather, so that,
Yeah,
that should be pretty
absolutely.
helpful. Well, hey, thanks, Jordan. Thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College of Journalism and Mass Communication on the campus of the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.